Good morning again. Good morning, everybody. This is Suraj Singh speaking from Bharat, India on this August 22nd, 2021, Sunday morning. This is third attempt I'm making. Airtel is not serious, I think. They don't care for problems of people. Title of talk being Civil Field Engineering Quality AnnexSL COVID-19 SHE Engineers Role Designs Construction Method. It means to say, whatever is quality defined, that requirement must be considered within design itself and then must be considered by site guy. Both have to work cooperatively. Nothing can be ignored. If you ignore something, quality shall ignore you, work shall ignore you, its life shall ignore you, its durability shall ignore you. So design of structures and others must be made decisive, safe, qualitative and must be reliable for prosecution. All stages designs being significant, but merely design does alone not suffice. If construction and development are not affected to specified marks required or defined quality, requirement cannot be allowed to be ignored. Design drawings must have quality input and duly coordinated to produce working details, keeping abreast site working conditions and culture. For site cannot be relied upon automatically, but provide clear notes, specify properly and explicitly in a good communicative manner. Construction based on reasonable, coordinated, constructible quality designs plus safety, health, environment. All activities must be taken care of, but it doesn't happen. Reasons being lethargy in attitude and undue strains in minds. Why should site work suffer because of deficiency in designs? Design's accountability must be fixed. If accountability on constructed product or element is required, designs and construction qualities are complementary to each other, and without integrated coordination, activities worked upon shall result in lesser quality components. Design and construction qualities are complementary to each other, and without integrated coordination, these activities worked upon shall result in lesser quality component. This point, designer and person responsible for construction both must understand. One should not blame other. One cannot leave to other. Both have their jobs they have to do, along with overlapping jobs, overlapping activities, coordination jobs, coordination activities. Design is based on coordination and formula, while construction is based on drawing details and personal experience. Both are there. Person who has experience and person who has a design experience, both are same. Both should have interactive knowledge, should have overlapping knowledge. Only then coordination is possible. Must be understood very well. It's a must. If it's a must to understand, then construction method statement a must. It may be in mind, or it may be on software, or it may be in coordination or in conjunction or interaction with possible site experienced people. If real worker is not available for work implementation, and therefore must be charted out professionally, no concession can be allowed on this activity because its cost, its time, and it is quality allowance. Design is dependent on success of this. The design would be successful only when site work is successful. Success on project activities represents success of design, standard of design. No design claimed to be competent. No design can be claimed to be competent and consistent if site work results in haphazard way. If it results in no workmanship and no quality contents and components being succeeded, it can say design cannot be relied upon. Design cannot be given any credit in that case. So, construction method statement being a must for work implementation and therefore must be charted out professionally. No concession can be allowed on this activity. Expression of specific details in convenient format for work performance and define elaborate performance, or else no work can be carried out in sequence and output suffers, resulting in bad standards works produced. Method statements must be made necessary for activities implementation, or else diverse ways can be adopted by site team without achieving any level of uniformity and consistency. Time. Time is always irrecoverable. Lost time has gone. It cannot come back. Even if you want to request it, it shall not listen because it never comes back. If lost means lost without application of required controls. And cost is unchangeable within controls. Once you spend money, it cannot come back until your work is delivered and you get cost back. Invariable escalation. Cost gives you plus and minus both. It can be within budget, it can be without budget. That is escalation. Expenditure spent more than you planned for is escalation. That can be due to various reasons, many reasons. Loss of time, loss of quality, loss of something else, cost increases, loss of supervision, lack of concentration, lack of scheduling. So many factors are there. We cannot say one or two. So escalation means loss. Even if you want to get it back, there is no way. No way. It's miraculous if you get it back, but nothing is miraculous. We are talking logic. And we talk of risks. Risks are very important. It's kind of hazard. Risks must be foreseen for resolutions, for damages are not tenable and must be controlled in advance. Inexperienced engineers may prove inefficient in viewing such risks based emergencies, and therefore thorough deliberations on brainstorming must be conducted based on available data input. And also employer or owner or client must also keep Risks must be clearly defined. Yes, it must be. We cannot leave it to chance. Risk its necessary resolution and to convert to work convenience, or else risk can be very expensive in terms of lives and cost. Risk is always very important factor in our lives. This cannot be taken for granted by anyone in any way. Risk is risk. It is speaking risk or silent risk or invisible risk, whatever it is, but it is risk, must be clearly defined. It can be defined only when it is viewed, and it can be viewed only when one is experienced and one is serious about whatever work. If one understands project, if one understands project definition, if one understands scope of work, if one understands emergency of that work, if one understands all issues related to that activity and activities, problems related to all resources, other problems which can be technical one, which can be managerial one, which can be otherwise contractual one. All risks must be taken care of. If those risks are not taken care of, certainly project problems will not take care of yourself. These would keep in pouring in, and you have to handle them, and you involve your time in problem handlings only. And how can you push project? Therefore, risk itself is a task. It itself, requires your mind, your presence. It must be clearly defined. Who shall define? Only you can define. A risk weaver can define what is risk. Nobody else can define. Because that can contemplate. Risk is a word only, but problems you can say. Invisible problems, possible problems must be clearly defined to reach its necessary resolution. That is very important point. And to convert to work convenience, or else risk can be very expensive in terms of lives and cost. Then comes issue of reliability. That's also very much important point. But think of risks. It's no joke. Risk is risk. We have to understand risks. We have to work upon risk. We have to think what risks are. Risks are risks. Really, it's important that we ponder this. Risk must be clearly defined, as we said, it should be. There is no way out. You have to understand this. And reliability is a question mark here. Reliability must be, it should be, you can say reliability must be accessibility, you can say, must be accessibility defined and achieved. Reliability, you can say, what does it mean? Reliable, to whom you can trust every time. First you have to build trust, and trust building is very difficult task. If you are able to build trust, then law doesn't come in a way. You got my point? Law is logical, law is mandatory, but trust is above law. Trust development, trust build-up defeats everything. Trust means not ordinary trust. Trust in a person, or trust in confidence, trust in, you can say, capacity, you can say kind of that factor which can't be defined. There is no definition of trust. Trust is something that is a belief, or just like we say, I trust God, I trust this God or that God, we say, I believe this God. It's same thing, means you have to earn reliability. I can say it's reputation earning. It's earning of your competency. It's earning of your character. It's earning of your lead. A face is built when we say reliability factor exists, reliability cost exists, reliability value exists. We can say that a figure is created, a face is created. You may say reliability is a figure, it's a face, it's a shape. It's not simply definition, but it's something which is legend. Then it becomes a legend. You can say legend, without which you cannot walk. Reliability creation is very difficult. Means you have to either make your work a figure, or you make your name a figure, or you make your conduct a figure. Whatever you make, when people know you are this person, you can do this by name, not by your title or by designation. How do you access to a person? Accessibility, I say, how can you achieve that accessibility? That accessibility can be achieved by earning reliability. You know what happens? Patients generally say, I want to show to that doctor that will examine me. I don't want to go to someone else. Or I want to go to that advocate that's most trustworthy. This doctor is most trustworthy. They say like that. Trust. Above law it is. It has no physical shape, but feeling shape, confidence. Of course, qualification access, I don't say no. So we can say that trust means you have to consider factors into that trust that somebody builds in. And those factors can be safety from all involved factors. That's one point. If you say, I trust this person, or I trust this activity, this means you have considered, you have complete thorough belief that this person shall take care of required safety. Whatever factors are involved, that person shall take care of each and every factor, and you should not worry about any safety issue or health issue or environment issue or some other issue related to ergonomics. Then successful service, ability of intended purpose. Safety has gone, okay, it's fixed. Now, what level of service that person can give for that product, for defined intended purpose, intended defined purpose. That is very important because you are doing for that. Whatever work is being done is done for service, whatever service. I mean to say, service here is, it is building, it is a structure, it's a bus, it's a car. What level of service it gives in, that is successful serviceability of intended purpose. Safety is already achieved. Now serviceability, if it is achieved, good work is done, we can instructed stress can go, how far can this object move, how far can this item which I purchased can go. That is supplementary part, that okay, it has been done excellently well, it will serve me for so long, and that adds to work power. More reliability is achieved here, and then reliability is not complete because safety we have considered serviceability, and we have considered durability, and whatever other necessary resources those are involved coming from applicable knowledge or out of that knowledge. There are so many factors for every work, or resources you can say, if factors or resources whatever are applicable, those resources are knowledge areas, and what they give you must be understood. All those resources and what we achieve by use of this durability and service, all procedures whatever exists must be understood and achieved in all procedure, else one should learn before taking responsibility, and all foregoing issues must be considered along with possible risks. And risk we already defined. But we can understand risks only when we understand analysis. Long experiences, we may have any or whatever kind of considerations for something, that analysis will tell us facts about that. It's hidden or it's concealed or it is real. So we can say analysis is professionally master tool for work contemplation. A master tool for work contemplation is considered an exclusive engineering basis and intellectual tool that can penetrate into all problems and unearth required solutions, and there exists no way from where or through which analysis approaches could be avoided. You cannot avoid analysis procedure. It has to be adopted. It has to be approached. We cannot do without that. And in engineering, in every branch of engineering, analysis is required, and in civil engineering itself, in its designs, in its theory, in its material property, everywhere we can say, to know force, what force is transferred to whatever member of a structure, what force is transferred to wheels of a car, what force is transferred to parts of a car when it takes turn, all those we must all problems to be understood by this approach. And then we have another term which depends on the results of analysis conducted by all problems. When we have conducted detailed analysis of various problems, we cannot apply them directly. We have to understand these results. We have to integrate the results. We have to find what is summary of that. What is summary of all these analysis? And we add and up, we add or sum up or reduce in a chain, or you can say in a string, and that's called synthesis. Analysis and synthesis, just like we say, interpreting each other, they are same family, only resetting. It was based on previous synthesis, now I reassemble that, I can say defragmented. An analytical based performance provide a chain of solutions that can be named synthesis. After all, solutions are integrated per requirement of suitability. We have all solutions network must reach compatibility. All solutions network must reach compatibility, and that is thinking. Now we have to think about everything. Thinking is not limited by any term. It is free term. It's used by everyone. And thinking is what is developed by education. Thinking is what's developed by work. Thinking is what's developed by everyone to certain levels. And that's why somebody is thinking only, and somebody is a think glass, somebody is a think content, somebody is a think container, somebody is a think tank, somebody is a think well, somebody is a think river, somebody is a think sea or ocean, or you can say no vistas complete. All goes. Thinking means skies are limit. Unlimited I say only, but it can be massive also, it can be voluminous also, where there is no limit in that. And I can say again and again and again, and say and unlimited, 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 massive, unlimited. Plus, 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 repetition, 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 and it is called engineering plus, plus, plus. Plus first before engineering, and based on engineering what we learn and improve, post that again plus. Means on both heads of engineering there is no closure, no opening gate, no closing gate. Tunnel is open. You have to move in without door, you have to move out. So it's a control where 24 hours are open. We can say quality, non-conformance. Quality, non-conformance product is called substandard. and therefore rejected. Very important point for engineers and all professionals in field of engineering and otherwise. Quality non-conformance product is called substandard and therefore rejected, and whoever is responsible for that, engineer or otherwise, is also rejected virtually. Non-conformance means engineer is either careless, engineer is either recognition of products or goods. What is that? We must change to meet requirements. This means we are not able to meet certain requirements. We have to change. We are not able to meet some requirements to achieve intended quality standards for universal recognition of products or goods. So we must change them so that we are able to achieve goals of requirements, which may be new one or maybe upgraded one or reduced one. It depends. Can be reduced one also if cost effect is there, or demand of super material doesn't exist. Quality requirements checks being a must. Quality requirements checks being a must. Missing which we have to blame ourselves. If we miss checks, whom we have to blame? No one else but ourselves. No one else. Missing which we have to blame ourselves for quality achievement failure. Engineering means quality application and continuous improvement of quality, CIQ. Continuous improvement of quality, just like we say continuous improvement of what you say, everything. We say in our profession, continuous professional development, PD, CPD we call it. Here I am saying it's also a kind of CPD, but this is for quality improvement, and that is for personal improvement, continuous professional development of a person. No way exists not to comply with defined or specified quality. No way exists not to comply with defined or specified quality levels, because definition of quality is a must, and that definition requires to be achieved, or else work leads to status of being unsuccessful and must be reperformed. And you know what happens if you have to reperform your work. This means you have double wastage. First you have wasted first work because it didn't comply with quality. You have wasted totality there. You have wasted time, wasted cost, you wasted quality. And now again you are doing same. You are going to waste more. So your margin of profit has been vanished, has been deleted. So what for you are working then? Point is that we have to understand this very well. We have to learn from every mistake, that is true. But if there are frequent mistakes, we cannot say we are learning anything. We have void mind. or we avoid hands in practical way, practical training. So you can say whatever we defined in quality, first point is that